Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kati and today we are going to celebrate 3 years of keeping a daily journal. And here are my journals from the past 3 years. So I have been in a passport TN for 3 years and I'm so proud of myself, and I have all my journals from my whole life. Some I have thrown away, but all the important ones I have kept. And I don't remember a time that I would have kept a daily journal for so many years in a row. I have sometimes had a journal like one book and I have kept it and then I have stopped when the book ended. But now I just keep going. And I would say that there are 24 books because I have here 22 if I counted correctly, and then I have 2 that I want to show you separately. So here I started, and I started writing. Oh, this is the prettiest one. Because these all are Travelers Company passport size dot grid notebooks, but this isn't. So I started in a different notebook, and as you can see, it wasn't like this. I have put this here and it's so pretty. So I started on the 23rd of September 2022, and I started like a bullet journal style journal, and that is still the style that I keep it. So that is what has worked for me, and I show you some of these. So in the front I put a label so I know afterwards what dates I have kept in that journal, and then here sometimes I write something. How would I keep it in the right place? But let's see. Yes, here I have written something. Nowadays I put here maybe some memories, but most of these are just with the date. So I have started with the memories now in the recent journals. Here I have put some stickers, and this is like my key for my bullet journal. Let's see what else. Yes, again the key. So of course that's important to write down somewhere, so when you look back on these years to come you would remember if, oh, here I just put this is from an ice cream, this label, so that is it from here. Then yes, here I bought my pet tapes. So just a nice decoration. And nowadays I also maybe write something important that happened during that time I was writing that journal. Those I'm of course not showing to you now because all is private things that are happening in my life. But I think that's also a nice thing to write something what happened during when you kept that journal, so if you want to go back you will find it easily, or you get the reminder of, oh, what was the big thing that happened when I was writing in this journal. So here are my 3 years of journaling. So then I show you here one that I have already finished, and here I just want to show you an example of how I do my journaling. And I actually did pretty recently a daily journal video, so I will link it for you here on top and also below in the description if you want to see that. But now I just show you a bit of an example how I do this nowadays when I use also stickers. And I have censored some things here because, well, it's a journal. It's really my private journal. I wouldn't even show this to my spouse. So this is my private journal. So that's why I censor things from the internet. I have said in my previous videos that I can choose 3 stickers from my sticker collection to use per day. That way I don't use so much time choosing the stickers, and that way also I don't use so many stickers because stickers also require money. So here is example of my 3 sticker use, and I use my stickers in a functional way. So I want the sticker to somehow show what happened that day or what was the big things and so on. And here you can see the bullet journal style. So first I write here, of course, the date, the weekday. Then in the morning I write a gratitude, one thing I'm grateful for. And then here, this is where I start my journaling practice. So I write what happened that day. Again, like bullet journal, just quickly important things that I would like to remember or just want to write about that day. So I do this first. I have said that also previously, so I can't do this if I don't keep in my daily planner a page where I write during the day what I did, because otherwise I don't remember that in the evening. So my journaling starts during the day. I write when I change the task. I just need to keep the log because I don't remember afterwards. Of course, you could then think about why not save time and just right away, like keep a daily journal during the day. But I don't know. I like to do it messy in here and quickly. And then also there is something that I want to add or add details and so on. And then I want to decide in the evening or latest the next morning, like what were really those important things that I want to write in my journal and remember. And I don't always use stickers. I also use my stencils, and here we were traveling, so I didn't have my stickers, so I had only a stencil with me. But I write what happened, and then I can usually here write like more details or focus more on emotions and how things made me feel, or what I'm wondering or pondering, or yeah. So here is like facts and here is more like emotions. I think that's the best way to describe it. Yeah. So this is how I keep my, and of course I use these Chic Clean color dot pens, as you can see, and I have a color for the day, and that color usually lasts for a week. I have a system for that. So then I also use this to highlight the most important things and make things more interesting. And then I also track my time use. So I have a tracker on my phone and also on my computer. So afterwards I can see where I used my time. And I like to do that just, I don't know, for me it's at least very hard to, yeah, here's a lot of censoring. For me it's hard to guess how much time I have spent on each thing. So that's why I like to see afterwards where I really did use my time and how much all took of my time, like how much I took time for the laundry and washing the dishes and so on. So it's like, I just like to know that. So I also keep that in my journal. And if you are interested, the black one, I use my Platinum Preppy in the EF nib, and here I have the Platinum Carbon ink inside, and then this brown is, I use my Sailor Medium Fine. These are one of those cheaper Sailors, so like under 50 euros. The cheapest that you can find. And I have my Platinum Pigment Sepia here, and yes, I did these, I labeled. I have 3 of these boxes and 3 cheap Sailors inside, and I just wanted to put the ink names here because I sometimes take the wrong one. And I have also here stickers or washi or something just to remind me, okay, this is now the pen that I use for this journal. But it's also now easy for me to show the ink color like this. So I was getting closer to my 3-year anniversary, and I had already even passed 1,000 days in a passport journal. And of course I started to think, is this the right option for me? Would there be something better out there? Of course, when I have been 1,000 days almost 3 years in the same system, why not change it up? Because obviously it's not working, right? So I did try something else. And I tried the regular size. So this is exactly the same insert. The Travelers Company dot grid insert. It's 5mm dot grid. And I just, well, probably the reasons why I have kept with this is I love the MD paper. It works nicely with fountain pens. I love that this is not so stark white. I think this is a bit cream. It's not cream, but I don't feel it's so stark white. And I love the dot grid. The dots, like, you can fade them away behind the text, but then you can also use them like for horizontal and vertical lines. And I don't know, I just enjoy the dot grid a lot. And I do also like this color of this cover. At least it's not unpleasant, so you can very easily decorate this if you want. So I had this insert. This was I've shown this before, this was my work journal a year back. I got fired, or the work ended very suddenly, so my journal was left like this. So I had already made the setup for future days, but then the work just ended. Actually, these are, I'm showing you now from the first weeks because I didn't have time to journal, or I made this afterwards. But this was my idea for the journal because I was working from Monday to Friday. So I thought this is great because then there is nothing left, like empty days from the weekend and so on. So I was journaling here like this, and this was left unfinished. So I had used less than half from this insert. So then I just was like, okay, well, why not try my daily journal in here? And there are points why this would be a better option. And of course, one point is that I have these regular size covers, so then I would have a use for these. So that's one reason why to use the regular size. And I had this insert, so it was free for me to try. And I also like that I now get to use it like fully, so then I can archive it and then I don't have to see this anymore. Because of course it's not nice memories about the job that I lost, so I don't want to keep this in my stash. And for me, it's like I have to keep it in my stash because there was over half left unused. So I don't feel so good just to archive almost like an empty insert. And then also I counted it would be cheaper to use a regular size insert. Why? Because I can fit 2 days on a spread in the regular size, but in the passport size, shall we take this here out? But in the passport size, I usually fit 1 day on 2 pages. I don't know why I took that empty one. So here is one day, and here is 1 day. And these are almost the same amount of space. So I counted, and the passport, this 2-pager, is like 95% of this space. So on the other way around, this is 105% of this space. That's not a big difference. So it's almost the same thing to write here 2 pages or here 1 page. But then we get to if I write here 1 day on 1 page, this has 64 pages. I can fit 2 months in here, but here I only fit 1 month. So I need 12 of these for the whole year, and these I only need 6. And if we count the money, in my closest stationery store, these are 4.50, and this is €4. So if you consider that I can fit 2 months in here versus this 1 month, this gets so much cheaper. It's almost double in price if I buy these. So 6 of these for the year would be €27, and 12 of these for the year would be €48. So that's almost double. So if I would like to think economically, I would need to use this regular size. And that's one reason why I started to use it, because I wanted to try it, because we are now getting closer to the year end. I'm thinking about my lineup for next year. I'm thinking about my orders for next year. So now is the time when I buy my inserts for my daily journal for next year. So I needed to make the decision if I want to change my journal to a regular size. That would be economical. It would be so much cheaper. But I have here space for 36 days, so a little over a month. And I have now, when I'm filming, I have just a few days left. Actually, I think I need to write 3 days in this anymore. But I didn't last even a month. I have been dreaming about my passport journal already for a while, and I was so determined that this would be like the wise choice. Yeah, because I would love to save money, but for some reason I lost the joy of journaling when I was using this. I don't know if I can just say that it's the size. If you have followed me, you know I love my small planners and journals. The smaller the better, kinda. Like this is mini rings, this is pocket rings, which is my main planner, and this is passport size. These are the smallest sizes you can almost like find. Of course you get like there is a nano TN, but that's like I have used that also in the past. But this just, I don't know why, but when I take it from the shelf to journal, I'm like, oh, I don't wanna, that's not fun. I'm not happy. I'm not happy to put this on my table. It's so huge and it's so overwhelming, and it's like, I don't know, the joy is gone. It's not fun anymore. And I don't know, it's just too big for me. And what is also great about this passport, which I have done, and maybe if you're a mathematical person, you have counted the 3 years, should be, if I use one book per month, that should be like 36. And it wasn't. It was more like 23, 24 books. But that's because sometimes I have used only 1 page per day. Because the situation has been so that has been enough. That has been what I have been able to do that time. And I can every day, I can go back to 1 page a day. So that way, if we think about that, I could still fit here 2 months and use only 6 of these in a year. So if we count like that, then this would be the cheaper option. And I want to have the option to change to 1 page a day. But here I enjoy that I can use a whole page. I enjoy that I can use 2 pages, but I don't want to start like using half a page or third a page or stop writing here. No, I just need to know when I'm ready. I'm ready when I have filled the page. I'm ready when I have filled 2 pages or 1 page. I just, that's how my brain works. So I just realized that this makes me dislike journaling. And this just a small, it's like, I don't know, it's like stupid to say, but this makes me happy. This makes me excited about journaling, and I also like that I have here now this Travelers Company sticker release paper insert, and I have put it in a passport cover, and it's passport size because I have bought it passport size, so that's also one thing. It fits here perfectly. I kept it here, but of course it wasn't enjoyable. Then I could change to a regular size, but the regular size, that's not my size, not in this context. It's too big. So I have given myself permission to go back to the passport size, even though it would be double in price compared to the regular size. So that's why I also give myself permission to celebrate the 3 years in a passport journal, because that is really what I want to do. So this was just a trial, and this made me more sure about that I love my passport journal. And also a huge bonus is when I'm traveling. Sorry, I have this decoration here, so it's clicking on the table. Where did I put the other insert? So a huge bonus is that I can take this passport journal on the go, like when traveling, and put it in a pocket ring binder in a pocket. Yeah. So that's what I also, because I love my pocket rings, I will take my pocket rings, some of them, like one of the covers, with me when I'm traveling, so I can so easily fit my passport journal in any of those. So this is, again, this is not convenient for me when traveling, because then it's bigger than anything else that I carry with me. And no, the passport is just, no, that's the perfect solution for me as a journal. Do you keep a daily journal, and have you found a size or notebook style or paper, or do you like grit or dot grit or lines, or have you found your happy place in journaling, or does it like even matter? Is it just give me a notebook, I will journal in it? What's your preferred way of journaling? Mine is a passport notebook, dot grit, MD paper. That's my that's my journal. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you down below in the comments and in my next video. Bye bye.